welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays. I'm your spiritual teacher and host, Tamara Caulder Richardson. I'm also a six-time near-death experiencer, as well as an evidential medium and Christ channeler. So welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and click the bell so you can get all the episodes, share, and like. And every Wednesday at 1 p.m., I do have a spiritual short lesson for you. And these are channeled. I get these. Sometimes I'll wake up and my team God will come to me and they'll tell me, hey, here's the topic for you. So this is one that was channeled. And I thought it was, it was really kind of funny how this came up. And they said, you should talk about these things because I was talking to a friend about being really tired. And so this came up. And this is actually a problem for a lot of spiritual light workers. And if you're not a light worker, you can still get drained by someone. If you're if you're a human on this planet, it could happen. So the topic today is, what are the 8 ways on how to detect a parasitic energy leech? Now, I have a very attractive picture here of an energy leech that you can see here, and so I think it's quite funny. It looks terrible, doesn't it? That's just hideous. But they're looks like they're boneless. They look at the little teeth, so they can really dig in. And I'm using a sense of humor here to but this is what. When I describe this, you're like, oh my gosh. I mean, certainly you have experienced this before. So I am in this episode talking about the 8 ways to detect a parasitic energy leech. But then I have an episode following this that talks about how to handle it, how to handle a parasitic energy worm, which is the same thing as a leech. And I'll explain why. So before we get started, I want to find out. I want you all to find out really what some words means. I'll explain a couple things, and then we're going to just jump into it. So, how do we detect these energy worms? Let's go over some definitions. So, what is spiritual energy? Spiritual energy can be explained as prana or chi. It is the universal life force carried by pure love, by God, the energy that God gives us. Now, some of us have more than others. Why? It's usually based on not just energy levels, but what I found that some people have more prana or chi. I'm like the ever-ready bunny. I just go, 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 go. I've always been like that. But I'm emotionally higher tone. I don't get too low tone much. I'll drop into anger sometimes, like, wow, that's not fair. And then I'll bounce back up. And so my emotional tone level is a little higher. So, but I see people they're higher and they're pretty perky and they're outgoing. They operate in kindness, love, and consideration, joy. They're usually going to have more prana. Okay. So that's one way. If someone's real mopey and depressed and woe is me, they're not going to have a lot. And so that's why they want yours. So let's go ahead before we get into it. You're going to love this one today. It really is going to help you so much. Okay. So definition of a parasite. I mean, we kind of almost have to laugh looking at this, right? Okay, what is the definition of parasite? It is an organism that lives in or on another organism or species. Its host. And it benefits by deriving nutrients at the expense of another. I think I should repeat that again. That's so good. Okay, let's think about it. Okay, so what is a parasite? It is an organism that lives in or on another organism or species, that benefits by deriving nutrients from at the other's expense. This is where we're going with this. A person who habitually relies or exploits others and gives nothing in return. You ever know those people? Well, me, I'm having another crisis, me, but they never give anything back to you. You could have a broken leg in front of them. They'll be like, yeah, I hate that. Okay, let's talk about me again. Oh, I have this horrible thing in life. It could be their drama kings or queens or whatever, but they're displayed in different ways, and I'll explain them. So this is about you and your energy. So I'm looking at it more this point of view today. Definition of a leech. So we've already got the one. What's a parasite? What is a leech? An aquatic or terrestrial annelid worm with suckers at both ends. Ew, that sounds nasty. So they're like boneless, and that's just kind of gross, right? So many species, and it says many species that are leeches are blood-sucking parasites. That's right. These people are draining dry. They are blood-sucking parasites. So, I mean, you need to, y'all need to wake up on this stuff because this is dangerous. I mean, I've seen it. People do it to me when I do shows and different, convention centers and places I've done. And they, some of them look normal and nice, but they will literally drain the blood out of you. And every ounce of energy you've got left, even if you say, I have no energy, they're like, yeah, I hate that. I'm going to take the rest. So the blood sucking parasites, especially that don't have vertebrae. And they are predators to others. Okay. So a leech is also known as a person. This is per Webster's, a person who extorts profit from others or sponges off of them. A leech, you've heard that term. And they're habitually exploit or rely on, for example, he's leeching off of others. So you've probably heard that term too. Now let's move to the term worm. Okay. We got parasite. Okay. That's where they're sucking off of someone else and getting the nutrients from them and giving nothing back. And habitually, that means ongoingly sucking them dry. Okay. Giving nothing back. A leech, they're bloodsuckers. This was sucking the life out of you. And so that's not good. Now, definition of a worm. That is a creeping, burrowing, burrowing where they burrow in. You ever do that? Like when you're like spooning with someone, you're burrowing in. Okay. But this is not a good warm, cuddly thing. This is burrowing in like they're attaching themselves to you so they can suck you dry. They're putting their little tentacles in there. So it is a creeping or burrowing invertebrate animal with long, slender, soft bodies and no limbs. This is really gross. A weak or despicable person, a worm, a weak or despicable person. They like to penetrate or invade someone's space. So these people know what they're doing. So these people go, oh, they seem so, they're mainly victims, but they know what they're doing. So how and why do they accomplish draining you energetically? Because this is about your energy, protecting your energy and your time and your space. They are weak little worms. They're weak. Let's show it again. There they are. They're weak little worms. See, if you just, took away the teeth part, they'd seem like kind of nice, wouldn't they? If you just, oh, they're really nice. You go, oh my God, they've got teeth. No, they're not nice. They're here. But they're going to latch on you and start sucking you dry. That's what they're going to do before you know. And then when you realize it, you need to go get a blood refill. So they're weak little worms that attach themselves to people that they feel is more powerful than them. So what does that mean? Well, if you are someone who gets things done, you're a doer, you've got bright ideas, you've got a lot of creative endeavors, friends, and this person here looks really weak and they would never hurt anyone. They've got no friends and blah, blah, blah. And you want to feel sorry for them because you basically think this person is not a winner. They are the opposite of a winner. Just saying, in some way or whatever, a lot of ways. And so you feel sorry for them, but they're actually very vicious. They're trying to steal your energy. So what it is that they are low on prana or chi. And so they're low on this positive energy. So they have to find a host person that's really positive, that has a lot of it to latch on to so they can repeatedly suck the energy from them. And this includes day and night when they're not always around. I'll explain energetically how they do that too. It's like a vampire. When you invite them in, they can come anytime or day or night. You ever see those movies where they come in, they open the window at night while you're sleeping? I'm not saying they're coming in the window at night. I'm saying they can come in through your astral state and suck the life out of you. I had that happen once. I didn't even realize that was possible, but possible. I didn't realize for 6 months. Never even met the person in public. Crazy. Yeah. So it's possible. Okay. They make the positive, capable person, they got a job, got friends, all that. They make them less capable by sucking away their energy and time. And they add chaos in it. Like, they add some kind of chaos and an urgency. Their needs, they're so-and-so, oh, it's an emergency. It's urgent right now. With tons of communications. What about me? What about me? That makes the positive person left tired, drained, and confused. Because you can't identify them at once because they have little tricks to kind of throw you off. we're going to get to that. But they leave you, you're so tired and you're not thinking properly because you're confused. You're getting all this tons of communication that leave you with unfinished tasks because you're not able to get all your stuff done and upset. And many times when you're around an energy leech, you'll get headaches. It'll eventually lead to headaches. So what are the 8 ways that you can detect this guy? I know you want to know. I don't want to be friends with him. He looks he's trying to be friendly, but no, I don't like that smile. So let's find out how to detect these parasitic energy leeches. You can also say worms, but they leech on to you. Okay. So number 1, the first way is I'm giving you things to look for. You get too much frequent communications. It could be in person, it could be text, email, social media. It could be one, like they call you, or text you, or it can be all of them. Okay. And if you stand back and look at your normal communications with most people, it's higher than most. And maybe to the point of being a stalker. Like you're like, man, my mom or my dad or my sister or my husband or wife or my best friend, they don't even talk to me that much. I don't even know this person, or I don't even know that, and that's a really good way to know. Okay. So too much frequent communication that is unwanted. All right. The next one would be intense desire to get your opinions, or B, this is the second one, intense desire to get your opinions on things, or to be in contact with you regularly about something. Could be anything, like, oh, wait, I forgot to ask you this. Oh, you're so good at this. Let me ask you this. It doesn't really matter. They could talk about anything. There was a show, I think it was called, oh gosh, what is it? Into the Night, about the vampires. Is so funny. Colin Robinson, and he just will talk people silly, bored about anything, and he'll just drain the energy out of them. He's an energy vampire. That's what they do. I mean, they really do. So the key here is it's ongoing. So they got to constantly find ways to just talk about stuff, anything, right? Anything. It could be work, it doesn't matter where you meet them. Because they feed off your energy. So it's got to be ongoingly, because they need to get fed several times a day or a week. I'm not joking. This is serious. I mean, this can lead to people's health doing terrible. It's really important you notice this. And I say that for me too. I mean, it's, I am a perfect, well, I'm not, but to someone like that, they go, wow, a lot of energy. She gets a lot done. Let's really can this lady. So, if they can't find someone positive, they'll just hook on to anyone, but that's who they like. That's their favorite. The other thing is number 3 is look for a false face. And I mean this, they'll usually start out initially, or if they feel like that you're backing off and they need to get fed energetically, they need to suck off you, they'll give you compliments. They may even start buying you a gift. Oh, I bought you there's a play here. That I actually had that happen to me. There's a play and I bought it, and I bought the most expensive seats. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't even know you that well. And I was like, I can't accept that. No, really? There's going to be some other people there. Da, 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 da. I was like, And they'll just do things. I had another one. One was a play. I'm not going to say which one if he was watching. Another one was for a concert. These are not men. These are women. And it doesn't matter, male or female. But what I'm saying is it could come from any place. So false faces, sucking up gifts, especially if they see you pulling back, right? So it's not like it's your birthday or anything. So they're basically sucking up before they suck out the life in you. And I wish we could laugh at this. I mean, you have to, or you just cry, but but this is the truth. And so number 4 is alligator tears. Make sure you look at that. What they do is they create this urgent situation. Oh God, I don't know if I'm losing my job. Oh, my marriage is in the walks, or whatever it is. Okay. And they need your help somehow to figure it out. And it's always something usually emotional, highly emotional for the other person, for them. It actually may not be true or true. If it is true, like someone, afraid of losing their job, They exaggerate it. It's only like a little true. Because remember, they have to keep something going. They got to keep it going, keep a panic, chaos situation. They're the victim, pull you in, get you close. They can keep energetically feeding off of your energetic or your energy. So that's why they have to make it urgent. No, so the alligator tears, they'll cry. If they see you're trying, if you're moving back, they go, "Oh God, I just need help. I don't know what to do. Oh God, oh yeah." Okay, so you got to look for that. They're not real. Okay. So number 5, side effects of communicating with energy leeches. Okay, so now this is your energy. So the first part, I had to explain a little bit how they work, and I have to show my guy again. Okay, just think about this face right here. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna know someone. You're gonna think of that little ugly dude there. So, all right. Your side effects, once you've been around an energy leech, okay? Now there's degrees. You're going to start feeling it. And I even have later after effects after you've been around them a long time, what happens. So when you first start noticing it, it depends how good they are. Like Colin Robinson sucking the life out of you. It could take 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. It could take more. Doesn't really matter. You just need to notice your energy level. And that would be number 5. The side effects of communicating with an energy leech is you feel tired, fatigued, confused, generally upset. And sometimes you may not know why. You're like, God, I'm just so upset. Maybe I'm just tired. That's not it. And many times what will happen is you'll start developing headaches because they're messing with your head. They're playing games and they're taking your energy. So that would be tired, fatigued, confused, and upset. And you're also probably upset because you're not getting stuff done. But this is later on. Initially, you just may be tired. So, and maybe sometimes depression, they'll also make you depressed. You can kind of they want you down there where they are. They don't want anyone to be happy. All right. So, number 6, notice when you're not around the energy leech, your energy is higher. It's like magic. It's amazing when you stay away from them or their communications, you feel freaking great. Where you're around them, you want to start crying or like, you know, or start screaming or something. It is. And so that's another sign is that you feel great. Your energy's higher. You feel terrific. You're pretty happy. And so notice that. Number 7, what will start happening is you'll start getting forced communications. And the energy leech, they're going to get sad and then maybe angry, or they could just go straight into anger, but sad or angry with you because at this point, this is more later on, you're noticing, okay, when I'm with them, I don't feel so good. What is going on? Because you haven't responded quickly to them because you're starting to catch on. like, they're like, I got to get away from this person. You're starting to see that and you're catching on. So you're not responding quick enough. You're giving some communication lag. You're not responding at all. And so they're going to start presenting themselves at first as the victim. Poor me. You've wounded them by not responding. Does their opinion not count? Nothing could be further than true. They want to bring you down to them. They want you to be as unhappy as they are while they're sucking the blood out of you. Not really blood, but energetically. They're just sucking your energy, your prana, your chi. So, and it is, you only have so much chi. Now, as you raise your energy, you can, volumize that chi and achieve greater energy, but they do. It is a metaphysical thing, but they are taking that from you. I mean, you can get it back. I have classes where I've shown people how to get it back. I'm like, give it to have my angel stand there and say, you bringing that back, put it back, and I get kind of high. I can actually drain someone if I wanted to. I've done a lot of experiments where they feel that and they'll go, oh my God. And I ask them to do it to me. They go, no, because when they're doing it, they can feel it and they know it's bad. And people that do this, they know it's wrong, but they on some level. Okay. All right. So then we go into number 8. So we've already discussed forced communications. Why are you not responding? I'm the victim. Why are you being like this? Well, I've just been, whatever it is that you say, they're the victim. All right. Number 8, you notice that you're not able to complete tasks or obligations. Like you're not able to get the things you're your work, your whatever you need, your family, whatever you need to get done, because your time and your boundaries are being stepped over repeatedly. Because remember, they have to get near you, they have to communicate, they have to reach back in energetically so they can be fed. And so, because of that, it is intentional. Um, you're exhausted. You're not able to get your things done, and your attention units are not on your stuff. You're not sharp like you used to be. All right, number 7, spiritual energy ties. Now, here's the stuff that people don't tell you, but Tamara's going to tell you about it today. All right, so you know the principle. Well, let's start with this. Birds of a feather flock together, right? So if someone like is with like, right? That's why you should be careful who you're with, but also you share energy. So you really want to share energy with someone that either supports you or elevates you. I mean, not like in a suck their energy dry, but complimentary, okay? Or elevates, you both feel elevated. That's the best win-win, right? And so when you're with an energy leech, what they'll do is, their goal is to completely drain your chi, just like a vampire would. They're going to drain you where you just hardly have any energy, and you can start getting sick as well. But like with a vampire, you have to invite them in, and then once they're in, they can come into your home anytime. They can come in. You actually invite them in more ways than once, but they can literally show up in your astral chart, and they connect these energetic, ethereal lines connected to you. Like, that's my host. I'm not kidding. This is shamans out there listening. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so just like a vampire, you can rescind your invitation. You can say in your head, you can say, my energy is mine, your energy is yours. I don't welcome this being done. So we're going to get into that, but just, I want you to know, first step thing, spiritual energy ties. They have created that in you, especially the more developed. And you think, well, I hadn't seen them. Why do I feel drained? It's hard to believe, but I have seen it with me, and I've seen it with some others. Okay. So people have been in the spiritual world for a long time. I'm not saying we're all spiritual, we're spirit, but that as a profession, know this to be true. So you can say no, because you've invited them initially into your life, and they're sucking the life out of you. That's what they're doing. You can say no, because if not, they'll come in your astral state, and you'll wake up and you'll feel exhausted and depleted. And that's why. So the next thing would be number 8. I'm going to tie it in long-term effects. And then I'm going to tie 7 and 8 kind of in together. But 8 is long-term effects. Now, the long-term effects, so you will notice over a period of time, this energy leech, even if you don't see them that much, you feel hopeless, you could feel lifeless. Again, making mistakes, forgetfulness, headaches, and more. Okay, forgetfulness and so forth, because they're still trying to come back in and create a dialogue until you say, which is where we get to know because these energy ties do create these long-term effects, and you literally that's going to be one of the handlings, part 2. But I'm just going to tell you that even just because I don't want to leave you here, I want you to watch 5 ways to handle this energetically and spiritually and all of that, and physically in this world. I want to tell you how to do it. But for now, just know that you can say no. Even in your head, you're like, I'm not in agreement. No, you're not welcome. I don't want any energy ties to you. Now, you might not have handled it yet in the physical world yet, in this, reality here, but you can say it in your head, at least and ask your angels to stand around you at night in a protective bubble, and just say, God or Christ, your angels, or what, your higher self, whatever, that you feel comfortable doing. Just, that stand guard, no one's allowed around, and you're in astral time, and that person especially, no, it works. Just saying the no. And you'll notice a change they have with you. They'll know you said no on some level, maybe not consciously. So please, please, please watch the follow-up to this. It's critical. So now you can detect it. At the end, you will have a list of all these. So you can go through and check it off. I want to make sure that you do have that. And so do watch part 2, 5 ways to handle a parasitic energy. And I changed it to worm because I like that little scene in Dune where they're riding the worm, like, yeah, I'm going to handle this, bam. And they stick the stakes that I'm going to start riding them. Gosh, I'm such a 12-year-old dude. Not really, but that's what I think when I think about that, because they're leeches and you have to gain control of this. And I do go into how to do that because if not, they'll literally drain you. And if you don't know how to detect them, you won't know what to do. But now you do. And then I'm going to go into the handling. So look, stay tuned for next Wednesday at 1 o'clock with Wisdom Wednesdays. And make sure you see Thursday at 5 when I have a guest on my show and we talk about something spiritual. It's always a lot of fun and interesting. Look, thanks for watching. Much love, everybody. And look, I had to have a little fun with this. Let's put the guy back up. There he is. Isn't he cute? Okay, we're done with him. All right, have a great day. Take care. Bye. Please subscribe, like, and make comments, and support this channel by becoming a member. Thank you for your continued support.